Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing a small hotfix that is set to release on April 2nd, addressing some of the visual recoil problems and other various problems. And then we're going to talk about how, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, Season 7 is kind of already over, and I'll go into detail as to why, but I've been seeing a lot of comments from people, particularly on my YouTube channel, that have said that Season 7 has not even moved the needle, and it's actually their most disappointing season yet, which I found to be pretty interesting. So we're going to go into that. But before we go into that, I want to thank each and every one of you that continue to watch the channel, new viewers or longtime viewers alike. Obviously, a lot of people know that Battlefield is not in the greatest position right now, and the fact that I still get to be a YouTuber and do what I love is really special to me, so I just want to really thank you guys and emphasize that the support does not go unrecognized, and I do read a lot of comments. I see you guys sometimes questioning how I can even continue playing this game, and mainly it's because of you guys. You know, you guys give me the strength and energy required to push through and stay consistent, so thank you guys for that. And of course, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into this small hotfix that is releasing on April 2nd. I want to make this very clear, this hotfix is not aimed to reduce the overall visual recoil of every single weapon in the game. This hotfix is aimed at fixing a lot of the very hilarious bugs we've been seeing with just ridiculous cases of visual recoil, most notably on the AK-24 iron sights and the Advances iron sights. So upon this update releasing, those weapons should return to their, let's say, normal intended levels of visual recoil and should not be catastrophically unusably bugged. Another big thing coming in this hotfix is the fact that the Condor and the Superhind will now return to Breakthrough as intended. For those of you that are not aware, ever since Season 7 released, they, for some reason, accidentally removed the ability to actually spawn these vehicles in Breakthrough. So that's very interesting. Don't really know how DICE does that. But as far as this hotfix is concerned, that is essentially it for it. Just some small bug fixes here and there. Now, in terms of the other topic of this video, in my opinion, guys, Season 7 for me personally is already over. And I'm fully aware that there is quote-unquote more content to come later, but what I mean by Season 7 is over is that the hype is over and the interest is over. And I have seen multiple people in my comment section, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, whatever you want to say, right, reiterate exactly what I'm saying. I've seen so many people say they didn't even bother updating the game for Season 7, and I have also seen a ton of people say they did update the game, and then they played Haven for 4 or 5 rounds, and then they uninstalled the game again. So, what is it about Season 7 that is just really not grasping people? Well, I think that's a very easy question to actually answer. In my opinion, in hindsight, Season 7 is actually one of the weaker seasons that is released in Battlefield 2042 history, even though theoretically we're getting more content. And that is because when you split up content for a season, you reduce the amount of content that people initially receive, which is why, in my opinion, the season's already over. I already have the 2 new weapons, and I've played Haven for the past, 8 days. I'm already bored. There's really nothing to do. And to be completely transparent, if I was not a YouTuber, I probably would have stopped playing Battlefield 2042 Season 7 within maybe 3 to 4 days. Because even if you are a casual player, realistically, how many times does it take you to play the same map over and over again before you get bored? There simply isn't enough depth to the game. There isn't enough that requires you to come back and experience the game again. Because, let's be honest here, the SCZ-3 and the AK-5C, yeah, they're new weapons, but do they feel any different? Are they anything super interesting? Are there anything that will, continue to pull you back into the game? Not really. And I'm fully aware not everyone plays the game every single day, but even then, I would be willing to bet that most people get bored of Season 7 within maybe, 8 to 10 hours of playing it. And this is an important thing they need to pay attention to while developing the next Battlefield game. If they made the mistake of doing the same amount of content that they did in 2042 in the next Battlefield game, you can just chalk up the next Battlefield game to be dead instantly anyway. Because 1 map per season, guys, it's simply not going to cut it. It's just not going to cut it. In my opinion, the absolute bare minimum amount of content we should receive in a season should be about 3 new maps and 4 to 5 new weapons, new battle pass, new vehicle, all that sort of stuff, right? That is realistically what they need to do in order to get Battlefield back to some sort of decent spot. Obviously, that's just one of the many things they need to do in order to get Battlefield back to a decent spot. I haven't even mentioned any of the game mechanics or the gunplay or the overall quality of the game or so many other aspects I can go into heavy detail about. But one of the standout things about Season 7 is the fact that we're actually receiving less content than a normal Battlefield 2042 season, at least initially. Of course, we're receiving the quote-unquote stadium map in May with the new LMG, but when you take a look at it and step back, we're only receiving 2 new weapons and 1 new map, which is absolutely less than we would typically receive. And the effects of that are people get bored literally instantaneously, and it's just not sustainable for your game. I'm in a unique position as a content creator. I can measure the interest level somewhat with many metrics, and I have to say the views for videos have already slightly dropped off for Season 7. The same can be said for Twitch channel views, and overall people just really have stopped talking about it a lot on social media, and that's also multiple great metrics of measuring whether or not people are actually talking about your game, or interested, and are still playing it. And guess what? They really aren't, aside from maybe the specific locations where content for this game is posted, such as, you know, my YouTube channel or the specific subreddits and all that. I think part of the reason why a lot of these Battlefield 2042 seasons don't really hold people that long is, of course, obviously the content, but then we have all these 24/7 playlists, which shoves the tiny amount of content in your face 24/7, which makes it get stale even more quickly. But to be completely fair to DICE in that specific regard, what are they supposed to do? When a new season comes out, people obviously want to play the new map. So they're kind of between a rock and a hard place. If they put a 24/7 playlist in the game, it's going to get stale. And if they don't put a 24/7 playlist in the game, people are going to get annoyed that they have trouble getting the new map. But again, I kind of don't feel sorry for DICE in this regard, because guess what the solution to that is? Make a game with more content. I know, it's absolutely mind-shattering. It really is. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. In terms of upcoming videos, I'm going to be producing a best weapon setups in 2042 guide for every single weapon in the entire game. I'm going to be doing that for Season 7, but I'm kind of conflicted, and I would like your opinion. Should I make the best weapon setups for 2042 guide right now, and then remake that video again when the new LMG comes out? Or should I make one video when the new LMG comes out, I think in May? So let me know your thoughts on that. Thank you guys for watching again, and follow my Twitch stream. First link in the description. I'll see you guys there.
One of the troops! 70 meters from my